Human evolution and nutrition. Human nutrition changes with every new level of human evolution. For instance, Buddha could live on 1 rice grain a day. Ramalingam, after the transformation of his etheric body, did not need such food at all. Analogously, when you're changing nutrition on purpose, you propel your spiritual growth. The initial level of self-awareness allows one to eat everything. With an increase in awareness, new ethical and moral values get formed, and the person shifts to vegetarianism, which includes dairy and eggs. Then one gets a clear understanding that thermally treated food loses most needed nutrients, ferments, enzymes, and fiber, and that is not benefit to the body. One starts to understand that the physical body is what they eat and stops eating that thermally treated food. This way occurs the transition to a raw vegan diet. The organism stops spending an enormous amount of energy on digestion process. So instead of 80% of all life force energy, it spends only about 20%. As a result, the body cleanses. Its acidity level decreases, and the energy potential rises up. This helps to reach a new conscious state. One step into the idea of the real value of spiritual growth. Gradually, the organism starts synthesizing elements and ferments on its own. When the self has evolved through all the kingdoms and become able to synthesize all necessary elements. Then the organism transforms further and becomes able to synthesize everything from water. Thus, the person switches to a water diet. With this, the energy cost of ingestion and digestion drops more significantly. It approximately makes up only 3%. The next level is prana eating, breatharianism. The organism is able to feed on this universal and infinite life force energy and to synthesize all the necessary from it. It becomes natural to stay mindful and highly focused, and such a person always stays connected to the infinite energy source. This is an ideal basis for further spiritual evolution. On a more advanced stage, human is able to be without oxygen. Many people will say that it is better to let the organism transform slowly, following its natural course. Mind that what is natural for the low vibrational physical body is not natural for the high vibrational subtle bodies and consciousness. This does not mean that the physical body and eating preferences must be forced to a sharp change. But the habit of putting off your new better life until Monday, then justify yourself by another Monday, which is to come and give you better conditions for a fresh start, will never do good to you and postpone your progress. The habit of making conscious choices will not let gustatory temptations misdirect you. Actually, we cultivate our tastes for certain food and change our gustatory receptors since childhood. Thus, today, our taste preferences react to what they are used to. The energy stagnancy in the emotional sphere manifests itself in certain tastes we have acquired. When we lose the sense of self-integrity, the integrity of consciousness and all the bodies, we tend to balance and harmonize ourselves with the help of food we like. Therefore, perfect yourself, heal your energy blockages on all the levels. And then you will achieve your self-integrity and learn to desire consciously staying calm about external stimuli. Scientists conducted a curious experiment. A lever was used to deliver stimulation of the pleasure center of a rat's brain. The rat pressed the lever once and never stopped them. It pressed and pressed it over and over, triggering more and more pleasure hormones. It stopped eating and drinking, giving preference to the pleasure circuit stimulation. And finally, it destroyed its body and died. Many people have put themselves in a similar situation. They have got so much used to tickling their taste buds that now they cannot overcome themselves and understand what is good and what is killing to their bodies. Modern medicine holds that the omnivorous diet is the final link in the food chain. When a human eats meat, they get a concentrated dose of DDT, post-mortem poison, ammonia, parasites, and other poisonous substances that accumulate in the body throughout their life. Human can easily live to be 190 years or more if not this regular poisoning of the body. Characteristics of nutrition. Physiological characteristics. There is a widely held notion that the omnivorous nutrition is natural to human. Nutrition of all living forms is supported by the physiological makeup. All vertebrates can be divided into three main groups: carnivores, herbivores, frugivores. According to their physiological features, humans are closer to frugivores, have a lot in common with herbivores, and differ considerably from carnivores. Human does not have claws and sharp canine teeth. We drink water like herbivores do, and do not lap it the way carnivores do it. The human digestive system is not intended for fast rotting meat. Unlike the carnivore stomach, the human stomach does not secrete strong hydrochloric acid to digest meat and bones. The human intestine is approximately 10 times longer than the human body, and if meat gets inside, it gets stuck and starts to rot. Whereas in the carnivore's organism, it passes through quickly. If everybody knew what happens to meat in 1 to 3 hours, nobody would like to eat it at all, let alone how poisonous this dead flesh becomes in a day. Thus, those who consider themselves carnivores are scavengers, in fact. The major mortality factor among people all over the world is cholesterol and animal